Chaotic Ninja. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. Oh, I ran out of that. That sucks. Oh well. Bum, 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 da, da, da. Okay, let's go pick up some. Let's go pick up some smaller quests real quick while we're waiting. Yojimbo, you say? The name does ring a bell. Ah, yes, now I recall. The Lupin fellow that. Oh. That was some time ago. He's since been detained by the Sekai Segumi. The Lupin, not your Yojimbo, that is. Not that I can imagine why. He's no criminal. Why, when I told him of how my mother had taken ill, he gave me the koban to purchase her medicine, without me asking her anything. They say he's done terrible things, but a man like that? No, I refuse to believe it. If there's any justice in this world, he'll be set free. Kaisetsu of Kugane has a task fit for an adventurer from abroad. Excuse me, you have the look of one who hails from a foreign land. If so, I believe you may be able to help me. I am Kaisetsu, servant to a mercantile house. I am charged with dispensing these missives to passerby. They tell of a grand sale my master is having on some very choice silks, only I cannot seem to get people to accept them from me. My master and I wish nothing more than to sell our silks to those who visit Kugane from across the seas, but I fear they find me suspicious. If a fellow foreigner such as yourself were handing out the missives, they may be more inclined to take them. See these draper sale missives into my hand. Oh, see these draper sale missives into the hands of any merchants. Oh, see these into the... Okay, that's a weird way to put it, but... visiting Kugane from abroad. I will see your laborers rewarded. Anyway, in the wolf burglar's detainment, many are less than willing to aid the Sekai Segumi in their activities. Unfortunately, if they suspect you to be working with them, you too may find your overtures rebuffed. Yes, what is it? Ah, I do believe I've seen this missive before. There was a small child handing out the very same one. I thought it to be a farce or some other small matter. Intriguing. It says here that silks of the finest quality are available at a fraction of the market price. I shall go and see these wares for myself. Do, 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 do. Let's go this way. Don't look to be a merchant. This is the second such missive I've received. I shall take it all the same. Still, I must say, you do not look as one meant to be handing out missives. You look as though you should be leading a van on the field of battle. Forgive me, I shall speculate no more. The paths we tread in life are all our own. Continue to tread yours as you see fit. The hunter's unbridled enthusiasm can only mean one thing. Well, well, if it isn't my old rival, Ken Katsuo. Come at last to learn from a true hunter of elite marks, have you? Forgive me if I seem overly presumptuous. Being the renowned hunter that you are, I've always considered you to be a rival of sorts. A little healthy competition goes a long way in keeping one's skills sharp, you know. But a hunter ain't worth shite without a smithy to keep him armed and armored. You'll have to excuse him. He's never been one for social graces, but he's a damn fine hunter, and what he brings back to the forge keeps me in business. Who has time for grace when game is afoot? Which reminds me, I have news of a quarry that may pique your interest. I recently came across a rather peculiar bill on the clan hunt board. Here, have a look. This is the Monster Hunter music, by the way. Yep, this is a Monster Hunter crossover now. The bill depicts a crimson wyvern unlike anything you've ever seen. Unfortunately, further reading of the bill reveals nothing of its origins. Strange, isn't it? Not only is the drawing unabashedly crude, the bill itself lacks the formality expected of anything approved by the Centurio clan. Still, a bounty is a bounty. Before setting out, though, I thought it wise to first confirm the details of the request, and therein lies the rub. The clansmen weren't even aware this bill had been posted. Likely the escapades of some mischievous youth, they say. But if this beast truly is out there somewhere, what manner of hunter would I be if I didn't go out and find him? And from what I've been told, you're never one to back down from a chance at adventure, so how about it? Every bit the thrill seeker I marked you for. Glad to hear it. To make things a little more interesting, what do you say we make this a race to see who can slay it first? I'll even give you a hint to get you on your way. The beast we're after is a Rathalos, King of the Skies, they call it. From what I've gathered, it was last spotted somewhere around the Azim Steppe. You'll like to learn more if you speak with the locals at Reunion. As for me, I still need to prepare before I can head out, so consider this a head start. Good luck. And it's even got the Monster Hunter logo. That's pretty cool. I like that. What is it? Can't you see I'm busy? Someone has to study the market here. A missive for a silk sale. Those prices look choice enough. Wonder if there was room yet on my barge for a few more crates.
guides your fate, but have you the faith to fulfill his legacy? Of life we succumb. Its judgment swift and final. Its bite as cold as steel. Shadows cast, 7 fates foretold. If at the end of the broken path lies death, and death alone! The dreams of men are fleeting, yet they must be embraced if they are to flourish. Have you the faith to do as much?
Oh my god, I rezzed right into death. Oh, that's so unlucky.
They who dwell aloft have spoken. Let their words echo in your empty soul. Ruination is come!
Nice.
Your coming was foretold, servant of Iblis. Or perhaps you serve another. I am Count Sinolphus Orlando. Your journey ends here. Some men are black with corruption and must needs be cleansed. I call out to the skies and tremble as the brilliance of 1,000 bolts blinds mine enemies and tears their flesh asunder. 7 shadows cast, 7 fates foretold. Yet at the end of the broken path lies death, and death alone. Open your eyes to the darkness and drown in its loveless embrace. The gods will not once held high. Such is poor cover for when the heavens fall. Come, show me more. To the current of life we succumb. Its judgment swift and final. Its bite as cold as steel. To live by the sword is to die by the sword. There is time enough for regret in the flames of hell. Home is the blade that severs the villain's head. Endless is the path that leads him from hell. Piteous display. Were you expecting a modicum of rust? You will find my defenses quite impenetrable. Not so easily granted. They who dwell aloft have spoken. Their words echo in your empty soul. Ruination is come. Strongest of shields cannot defend the weakest of wills. A moment's hesitation beckons a lifetime of pain. defenses quite impenetrable. The screams of ruin rise above the storm's discord. Shudder not in her endless cold. Show me more. Escape the clouds have parted, and the skies clear. It is time I bade you farewell.
Is it sanctum you seek, my wayward children? Or perhaps you are come in search of power? That which lies at your feet, that blessed bauble can grant you both. You need but will it so. Now, take up your salvation and be gone. Mortal agency in matters divine shall not be suffered. Kneel before me.
Oh, we wiped. Oh. Yeah.
Your steel.
We did, son. We did. Oh, you got me?
Similar as the light of life before rising to the heavens in a cleansing conflagration of divine benevolence. Your sins, your souls are undone. You will not intervene. I am the only goal. Few can claim to have endured the might of my will. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Kneel before me. Your very soul shall not escape my wrath. Kneel before me. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Bend to my will. Kneel before me.
Ooh!
I am your mother. I am your maker. I am Ivalice. Consign me unto darkness, and your light will be forever lost.
Oh my god, the reses those healers had to do, and we almost wiped. Oh my god. It was like res. That dude, Thalia. Ooh! Killing it with the reses. He's awake, Kupo, but is it truly him? Thank you. Thank you all for coming to my aid. And you have my thanks, noble warrior of light. You have achieved what I could not. And you, bearer of my blood and the blood of House Durai, thank you for seeing my final wish fulfilled. My sacrifice has finally been given meaning. Now, my friends, let us retire to Mother Heidelin's bosom that we may finally rest. Farewell. You are the true heroes of the story. Delita, how I have missed you, old friend. Forgive me, Ramza. You deserve better than what history gave you. I could have done more. I am truly sorry. These countless centuries did I long for the day that we might meet once again, and now that time has finally come. Hydaelyn beckons us both. I am so sorry, Ramza. Alma. I convinced myself my research was the most important thing in my life, all while you two were standing before me. Can you find it in your hearts to forgive your father? It's alright. We are still here, are we not? And we triumphed. We proved your theory true. Evilise existed. Ramza existed. And Oran Durai was not a heretic, but a hero. Now all that remains is to tell the world. No, my son, we didn't burden ourselves further. But father, we cannot allow our ancestors' name to remain, and we will not. It's simply not in the manner you think. I shall be adding a final act to the Zodiac Brave story, telling of how Ramza the Forgotten Hero and his chronicler Oran Durai smote the Angel of Blood and saved Evilise from an age of darkness, before quietly embarking on a final journey that would take them far beyond the horizon. And of course, I shall not leave out those nameless heroes who fought alongside Ramza, without whom the young noble would have surely perished. Is that what you truly want, father, for the story to end? It will only end on the stage, my dear, and live on in the hearts of the crowd. King Delita and Oren envisioned the Virgo as a beacon which would lead future generations to the truth about the founding of their kingdom. They were right, and just as the pendants guided us, now we shall guide the masses through our play. And now you see, my son. I would offer you my thanks again, Ken, but thanks are not nearly enough to express my gratitude for all you have given us. Perhaps after I complete the Zodiac Brave story, I shall pen a tale about the legendary Warrior of Light and his adventures across the 3 great continents. Then you'll have your work cut out for you, my friend. Ken has enough battles under his belt to fill at least 3 tomes, if not 4. Would you mind stop doing that, Sid? And his tale is far from over, isn't it? Alright, this is our first final dress rehearsal for the night. Make it count. Positions, everyone. Yes, Principal. Lights. Music. There will be no more mistakes from you two. Am I clear? Mother crystal clear, Kupo. They are going to perform the new final act. Begin! The church has branded us heretics. No home awaits us in Evilise. We shall embark on a journey. A journey together. 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 The crystal's call has been answered, and evil vanquished from the land. We are now free to soar like the griffin. Free? But how? By casting off our noble names and forging a new path, one not bound by fate. And on that path we shall meet new friends, make a new family. And unto them we shall entrust the true tale of our deeds, that they may carry on our legacy for all eternity. Sword in hand, a warrior clutches stone to breast. In sword etched he is fit in his Fabian memories. In stone he tempered his skill. By sword attested, by stone revealed. Their tale can now be told. Bravo, bravo. Both were wonderful. I am inclined to agree with the Lady Murilla's sentiments, but there is always room for improvement. Back to your positions, everyone. Again from the top. Again, I've had enough of this. I was promised a starring role, Kupo. It is in my contract. Oh, hush, brother, before Geonomus has us back to polishing boot buckles again. Meanwhile, in the clockwork city of Gog. Uh-oh, is it not done yet? This feels very wrapping up-y. Well, Noah Van Gabrinth. Sir, further research will be required to reach a positive conclusion, but preliminary test shows that the technology utilized here bears striking similarities to our own. Excellent. Let the Eorzeans play with their bubbles. True power lies within these very walls. It appears our ancestors were as cunning as they were ruthless. Who is this guy? A weapon powerful enough to carve a gateway to the land's very core. His radiance will be eager to test this Tartarus. Wouldn't you all agree? End of Act 1? Oh, wasn't that an adventure, Ken? It is sad to think we must soon part ways, what with all we've been through these past few moons. Satisfied with the city's unwillingness to turn him over to the Garleans, Genomus has decided to purchase a permanent berth above Kugane for the Prima Vista. Supposedly, he has already received petitions from hundreds of Geico and Guinean to join the company. And then there is the matter of my assignment. You will be delighted to learn that I am almost finished. What? How do you expect one to write an expose when off battling forces of evil from beyond the void? Don't you worry though, a few more weeks and I'll have a draft. I'll write an outline. Until then, I'll stay here in Kugane a while longer. At the Raven's expense, of course. Farewell. I see. I hadn't thought it a problem of age. It is quite normal in Hingashi for a child to work. I suppose the same cannot be said of the lands from which these travelers come. My house is by no means a rich one. I'm a younger brother and sister to provide for, and handing out these missives is the only work I am able to do. I dream of opening my own shop someday. I will steal the wisdom and tricks of my master. I will learn the tongues of faraway lands. I will... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say these such things aloud. You did me a service, and for that I must pay you. I could hardly hope of becoming a merchant without knowing that much. You were sent by the East Aldernod Trading Company, and there is still a chance. Permit me to apprise you of the situation. The castle is presently held by a group of criminals under the leadership of a merchant named Kageyama. We believe his demands to close off our borders, as ludicrous as this seems, are a vain attempt to eliminate what he sees as a threat from foreign businesses. If it were only him and his cohorts, I am quite confident my men and I could easily rout them on our own. The problem is his bodyguard. Our informants tell us he is a swordsman of great renown in the Hingan underworld. He demands exorbitant sums of money, defending his clients with seemingly inhuman displays of strength and skill commensurate with the price he has paid. Your task will be to contend with Kageyama and his hired blade in the heart of the castle. With all eyes focused on you, they will fail to notice my men's intrusion to rescue the hostages. It shames me to ask this of a civilian, but if we are to save these people, I can see no other way. Perhaps down here. Oh. I must get word to my brother. With these wounds, I cannot. You don't look to be one of them. I take great risk trusting you, but I've no other choice, no other time. Please hear me out. I am a blade of the Sekai Segumi, and I came under attack by a foreign devil while on patrol. I fear my fellow blade may meet with the same fate if not warned. I will survive, but my Sekai Segumi brother must be told of this attack. He patrols an alley off Kogane Dori. Please go with haste. You've done well to make it this far, but I'm afraid your journey ends here. Come, Yojimbo, we have visitors. It's old dude guy McCool dude. Your coffers appear empty, Kageyama. If you cannot pay my price, then I am finished here. I heard the news. Well done, good sir. Well done indeed. You will be rewarded handsomely for your part in this. As you no doubt already guessed, Kageyama has been apprehended. His bodyguard, however, is nowhere to be found. I suppose in the end his loyalty lay only with Kageyama's coin. At any rate, the magistrate is safe as well as the old man. What's this? I was not expecting to find you here as well. Lady Lilyju wished to thank you both personally for your assistance. In light of all that has happened, I thought it only proper she gave you an escort. So you are the great adventurer who risked life and limb to save us. Uncle Lolorito has told me so much about you. Hearing of your daring deeds was inspiring, so much so, I decided to set out on an adventure of my own. I have taken to writing travel literature, you see, and someday the whole of Eorzea will have the chance to read of my journeys across the realm. Yet never in my wildest dreams did I imagine my yearning to experience new cultures and customs would take such a terrible turn. Words fail to express my gratitude. Miss Lilyju, we were quite fortunate that he was here to assist in your rescue, but it would be folly to assume fortune will always smile upon you so. Your uncle is worried sick about you. Besides, will you not consider returning home? There is so much I have yet to see, yet to do. If I were to leave now, I would have naught but this horrible story of kidnapping to fill the pages of my journal. It would be irresponsible of me to give my readers the impression that Hingasi is a land of savages unfit for traveling. As you might recall, there was a rather nasty incident in Ul'dah that even our dear adventurer friend here was helpless to resolve. Surely you would not wish that to be the only tale of Ul'dah to be told here in Kugane. Alright, you've made your point. But why have you come all this way alone? Uncle Lolorito tries to keep me from harm, but he has only succeeded in smothering me. I tired of being constantly coddled. That is why I left, to prove to him and myself that I am perfectly capable of being on my own. If I know my uncle, he has likely requested you hire guards for me, whether I choose to return or not. Well, tell him that I refuse. Very well. Might I ask then that you pay me a visit when your journey is ended? Lolorito is not the only one who worries for your safety after all. Yes, of course. I will be sure to bring many souvenirs and tales of adventure to share with you. At last, my journey continues. Though there is still much of the world for me to experience, I suspect meeting the Warrior of Light will be one of the high points in my writings. It better be one of the high points. Alright, He sent you back with his salve. Thank you, and thanks to God he is safe. Worry not, my pain is almost gone. My apologies for pulling you into this, but I see now I was right to trust you. As I told you, my attackers hail from across the seas. Violence is forbidden in Kugane, but those from abroad have little love for our laws. My brother Blade and I broke up their illicit dealings some time ago. No doubt they did not take kindly to that. My guess is they gathered their gil and hired an assassin. Little did they know, we Sekai Segumi are not so easily killed. I hazard my brethren blades have already hunted these scoundrels down and gowled them by now. You did us a service this day. As one who wears the Hiyori of the Sekai Segumi on behalf of us all, I thank you. Ah, something heroic this way comes. How fare you, Ken? As ever, I am seeking inspiration to draw upon for my work. If you have any new experiences to share, I should very much like to hear them. Oh, what stirring story have you for me today? The story of Lakshima. to lose her beloved daughter not once, but twice, first to the Empire, and then to the Primal's false promise. 'Tis all I can do, 'tis all I can do to imagine the Kalyana's elder's grief. I know full well that I asked you for a tale, but so private and intense a sorrow should not be made the subject of amusement. However, I would honor the memory of the departed with a verse. Liberties may be taken in a tale's telling, but it cannot wipe away such sorrow that has taken root in one's heart. Nay, no more than abiding in a dream will change reality. Even so, we may pray for wounds to heal and scars to fade, and so pray I shall for the Kalyana, for all those who grieve, that they may one day know peace. Very good, very good. Of Susano. A clash against the kami of legend. The words fairly rate themselves. Alright, see you later. This is a long game. It's an MMO. And yes, it is a very long game. I have like 547 hours invested, and I'm not even onto the latest expansion yet. I have an entirely another expansion, and a patch just came out yesterday for that expansion with added content. And so I'm still working on the second to most recent quests and endgame stuff before I'm even getting into the latest expansion. So yeah, a couple hundred more hours at least. I'll probably get some entertainment out of it. And then there's the actual, and then there's the game. The game starts when you hit 80, and I'm not even 80 yet, so we'll see. So much longer. That's overwhelming. Yeah, this is probably the best MMO currently that there is. Yeah, right now a lot of people are switching over to WoW to this game, and it's free up until level 60, which includes the first expansion. So it's literally free up until then. Yeah, so I'm just getting all of the like harder difficulty bosses right now is what I'm doing, because I haven't even done those yet. How much after that? Hold on. Pool of Tribune Extreme. So each boss has 4 difficulties. Oh, how much after? Oh, money-wise. We have to pay for the game, and I think the game is like, let me see what the game is. So I think it's like 40. I think it's $40. Um, yeah. So the original version is $20, but I think it's $40, and then it's 15 a month. I'm pretty sure. It's like $15 a month subscription. So if you want to play for a month, it'd be $55, which is still less than 60, which is what an actual game would cost. But it's free up until 60. So you would just pay $40 for the base game, and then you wouldn't pay a subscription for the first 100 hours, 200 hours, depending on how long it takes for you to get to 60. And also, I can give you a referral code. Long-term commitment? I mean, yeah. But that it would be free up until then. And I can give you a referral code, which would, basically you could have like free 90 days as well, or like an added 90 days or something. So basically you wouldn't be paying for like a couple months at all for it whatsoever if you just wanted to start playing. But yeah, it's a commitment. It's a long game. It's one of those games that it'll take me... Like, it's funny, there's a mount in the game where... We will see. You don't have... It's... If you have the time for it, you have the time for it. If you don't, you don't. Well, it's like, no, it's not for hours played. Well, there actually are, I think there are amounts for hours played, but it's, like, there's certain stuff you have to do to grind for a mount, and there was a certain activity, I forgot what it was, but a person who got the mount said that he basically did, it was like a special raid that they needed to do, I think, and he said he did that raid every day, all day, for a year in order to get the mount. And that's how long it took. Like he said, he lived all day, every day for an entire year until I got the mount. I forgot what it was, but I just watched a video on it today. And he was like grinding the same dungeon again and again and again. Yeah, and that was just for one mount. And there's like, I don't know, 50 plus mounts. There's a bunch. And then there's, of course, the other stuff where it's like, okay, you got to do so many... There's like one where you got to do like 2,000 trials in a row before you can get it. And then there's some where the mount will drop immediately. There's some where the mount rarely drops. There's some where you just have to do 500, 1,000, 2,000 times of a certain dungeon in order to get it. And yeah. This game, it doesn't have a lot of like replayability in terms of like once you do the story, you do it. But there's so much story, it's pretty ridiculous. Alright, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow then. Oh, you're also pursuing that Yojimbo fellow. The Sekasegumi were asking after him the other day. I'll tell you what I told them. I've never heard of the man, and just between you and me, even if I did know something, I don't know if I would want to tell them. You know the Kugani wolf burglar, the one they locked away? Rumor has it they intend to inflict upon him terrible punishments for his so-called crimes. Madness, I tell you, madness. Every single one of the burglar's victims were among the most notorious scoundrels of the city. Greedy merchants with no scruples whatsoever. What's more, everything he stole he gave to the poor and needy, and yet they decry him as a villain. Fools. I see. And what have you learned, Ken? Apparently, a certain Lupin is rather well loved. Huh? I had no idea the plight of the wolf burglar weighed upon the minds of so many. What exactly did they say? A hero to the poor and downtrodden. A criminal who simply gave away his hard-won spoils. This is all quite unexpected. But whatever aspersions they may cast upon his victims, the law is the law. Even disreputable merchants are deserving of fair and equitable treatment. To ignore their plight is to let the mob decide their fate. That said, to hear that some may withhold information and protest is cause for concern. As a man of the Sekai Segumi, I cannot help but feel conflicted. If I may, Shigure, it might be best to dress in less conspicuous clothing, at least for the time being. I hate to say it, but that is a sensible suggestion, surprisingly. Perhaps I should make use of my old kimono. Yet, even if I were to do so, my face is already known. They would mark me as a Sekai Segumi, and perhaps even resent my attempts to deceive them. I've got an idea. Why not ask the wolf burglar? If he's so popular with the people, who knows what secrets they've told him? Ask the wolf burglar? If both he and Yojimbo had designs on the Soburo Tsukihiro, then it's possible they might know one another. Well done, Nashu. I was but mere moments from reaching the self-same conclusion. It's settled then. Let's go and question the prisoner without further delay. Greetings and well met, comrade. If I might have a moment of your time. That we might ascertain the whereabouts of the fugitive Yojimbo. We wish to speak with the Kugane wolf burglar. Will you permit us to enter? Certainly, Shigure, if it will aid you in your investigation. Follow me. I trust you are enjoying our hospitality. I come bearing questions. Questions, eh? For little old me, you say? Following your arrest, the Ronin Yojimbo absconded with the Soburo Tsukihiro you stole from Master Akibono. He remains at large. We have reason to believe the sword was his objective all along. Given that it was yours as well, I thought you might know something of the man and his motive. Everyone knows that sword's worth a bloody fortune and then some. But finding a buyer for a masterpiece as famous as the Soburo Tsukihiro, especially after word of its theft has spread far and wide, well, good luck with that, says I. Why, they'd surely have to avail themselves of the services of certain disreputable folks with whom I happen to be intimately acquainted. I'd be happy to introduce you lot, as soon as you set me free. What? Absolutely not. That is out of the question. Then we've got nothing more to discuss. Best be on your way. Now, Shigure, let us not be too quick to judge. If the goodly men and women of Kugane are willing to trust in his good intentions, then perhaps we should as well. An awful lot of people were willing to vouch for his character. If what they say is true, then it would be wrong to see him hanged. I will propose to my superiors that you will be temporarily released into our custody for the purposes of our investigation. Should you abide by the terms of our arrangement, you may receive leniency. What say you? I say you've got yourself a deal, Baldy. Will they even consider my proposal, though? The deliberations alone may prove time-consuming, and if they refuse... Remind me, Neshu, do you have that hair tonic on you? I sure do, Inspector. Now's as good a time as ever to try it, don't you think? Here? In the Gaul? Well, far be it from me to refuse. Remember to use the whole bottle, my good man. Pour it over your head until not a single drop remains. This seems rather wasteful, but if you insist... I feel strange, like my scalp is... Oh, by the kami. Shigure, are you alright? I heard you shouting. Oh, the light, it binds them. They are too many. And turn and flex and shake and bounce. Perfection! Rejoice, my goodly burglar, as I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have liberated you from your unjust imprisonment. Now see here, Inspector. Huh? What happened? Has the prisoner escaped? Still in his cell, I see. But what in the world is that blinding light? 1,000 pardons. One of my associates was carrying a small explosive, one of which detonated unexpectedly. I, of course, bade her take the others outside immediately for safety's sake. I believe that explains that. Yes? Yes? Right then, if you'll excuse me. Ah, yes, of course. Very good. Wait. When did Shigure regrow his hair? How he managed to escape undetected, I have no idea, but I can but pray that our ruse will remain intact. The wolf burglar led the others into the waterways below. We should follow. Been down here before? If so, you might have met my friends already. A contemptible lot, all Kugane's cast-offs. If anyone's heard a peep from your quarry, it'd be them. Come on then, don't be shy. Ho, you're looking well for a rat bastard. Takes a wolf to know a rat. Ha! To what do we owe the pleasure? And more importantly, how'd you slip free of the Sekai Segumi's noose? With my dashing good looks and my silver tongue, how else? But never you mind that. I need information, Koju. Do you now? Or is the Sekai Segumi at your shoulder the one asking questions? No need to give the lad a hard time. He did right by me, and I mean to return the favor. Eh? You mean you're helping them? Have you gone mad? Heh, well, even if I have, it's nothing you and yours need worry your pretty little heads over. Give us a hand and we'll get out of your hair. Wolf's honor. They're not a bad bunch, really. Most tried to make it living on the straight and narrow. Some even had a mind to join the Sekai Segumi like you, but were found wanting for this reason or that. When honest work's no longer an option, that leaves the other sort. The dangerous, disreputable, the dirty. Somebody's got to do it, and so these industrious souls pick up the slack. Maybe they're not the cream you'd prefer to hobnob with, but while you're in their company, I'd ask that you comport yourselves with a modicum of civility. I should like to believe I have done just that. You'll forgive me if I've given you any reason to think otherwise. See? Fast friends we all are. Right then. We've after a bloke what goes by the moniker of Yojimbo. Heard tell of the man? Yojimbo? No, can't say it rings a bell. Oi, any of you know a fellow by the name of Yojimbo? Well, there you have it. Might be different if he had a bounty on his head. What'd he do anyway? Piss off the Bugyo's rice porridge? If only. Stole the Soboro Sukihiro he did. Bugger me, that's a beauty. Wonder why though. Finding a buyer even through the black market would be a challenge and a half. If he'd even put out the word he was looking, we'd have heard about it by now. Bah, to come all this way and leave with nothing. Here, let's not call it a day just yet. Assuming this Yojimbo didn't steal the sword for the challenge, there's only two reasons he'd take it. To sell it or to keep it. And if it's not about the money, then I doubt this is his first prize. Or his last. Hark! My keen inspector sense whispers and speaks. Of a thieving collector of swords. Yes, there can be no mistake. Aye, what he said, I suppose. If he's a collector, then only the best will do, which means his next target might be, I don't know, the Murakumo? Wait, the Amino Murakumo? But I thought that was nothing more than a fairy tale. Do you mean to say the fabled Sword of Eld actually exists? I've seen it with my own eyes. You have? Truly? Where? House within the Kojin of the Red's treasure vault, eh? If that's the case, then it seems to me you ought to continue your search in the Ruby Sea, no? It might well be the best place for us to look. In that case, let us brook no further delay and head to the Ruby Sea at once. To think that the Aminu Murakumo is not only real, but that it was brought to bear against you and yours by a kami of unfathomable strength. In any event, we now know where we might search, the Ruby Sea. Before I may leave, however, there's a matter of great import to which I must attend. Well, perhaps great import is something of an overstatement. I speak of the inspector's earlier advice concerning my garments. I will meet you at the Ruby Price after I have changed. Pray go ahead. All set for another trip into the glittering westward expanse? I know I am. Let us hop aboard the next ferry to the Ruby Price, and wait for Shigure there, as he requested. Come along. Oh, it's Shigure. Over here, over here. What does it look cool? By the kami, I thought you were someone else at first. Well, since it was suggested that I should wear something other than the garments of a Sekai Segumi for a time, I paid a visit to Kogone Dore and purchased something completely unlike my unusual attire. It's quite the change, but very much for the better if I do say so myself. I didn't realize you could be so fashionable. For fashionable? Please, Nashu, you give me too much credit. I'll say, that get-up with those Zori? I don't see that becoming a trend. Not that it matters. We didn't come here to mess about, eh? We've got a collector to catch. Assuming he's after the Amino Murakumo, then we've got to get to the Isle of Zeki. Any ideas? By air or by underwater passage, eh? A bit more tricky than I thought. Without the blessing of the Kojin, the latter seems almost impossible. What about that bird of yours? Monotaro, was it? After what the inspector did to him, he'll be keeping a wide berth, I reckon, assuming he's even fit to fly. It was a somewhat traumatic experience for all involved, Forgive me my bluntness, my wolfish compatriot, but it occurs to me that we have yet to hear your motives for attempting to steal the Soburo Sukihiro from Master Akibono. Did not Koju say that selling such a blade would be extraordinarily difficult? It's not stealing to take back what was stolen. That black-hearted bastard Akibono prized it from the hands of its rightful owner. He was a humble samurai who lived a humble life devoid of most luxuries, a righteous man who'd never turn his back on those in need. Certainly not a young Lupin boy who'd fled Doma during the occupation. The two lived as father and son, with few comforts save each other's company. Then one day a merchant came calling, asking after the samurai's sword, asking him to part with his one prized possession, but a sword is a samurai's soul, and he'd sooner die than sell it, even for a fortune. But the merchant, he's not the sort to go quietly into the night. He changes tack and worms his way into the samurai's affairs. Small sums at first, but bigger than bigger. Before he knows it, the samurai owes the merchant a veritable mountain of coin, and so he pledges his blade as collateral. The samurai worked day and night to reclaim his honor, but while strong in spirit, he was weak in body. He fell sick, and soon after passed away, leaving his Lupin charge alone in this unjust world. All this time, you were only... He left Kugane for a time, and returned years later from Yangzia, having learned the ways of the shinobi, that he might honor his adopted father, by helping others as he had helped him as a child. A chivalrous guise for a personal vendetta, perhaps. More than anything, he yearned to reclaim the samurai's sword, the last surviving memento of their time together, that he might wear it with pride. All this time, Master Akibono was your main objective. When you broke into his shop at the Rakuza district, you were searching for the Soburo Sukihiro. You kept a close eye on him, even as you continued to target other disreputable merchants, that you might drive him into taking additional measures to protect the sword, knowing that in doing so, he would eventually reveal its location. Then it is settled. The Soburo Sukihiro must be returned to its rightful owner. Hey, if it's so hard for people to reach the Isle of Zeki, how was Yojimbo planning to get there? That I do not know, but regardless, if he was headed there, someone must have noted his passing. I say we question the pirates of Sakazuki, and see if any have observed a traveler resembling Yojimbo of late. We are of the same mind, Shigure, to Sakazuki post-haste. Oh, I remember you. Looking for more dead men? A rail-thinned samurai with a wide-brimmed hat and oversized geta. A traveler like that would not escape my notice, which is to say I'm confident I haven't seen him. Sorry to disappoint you. Not at all, my friend. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. As I said before, my good man, when at first you don't succeed, make inquiries again. Let us away. What was that? Lanky samurai with a large hat? As it happens, I spoke with a traveler like that. Had a dog with him, too. Sure enough, he had a mind to head to the Isle of Zeke. Couldn't imagine why, what with the Red being as unwelcoming as they are, and there being no place to dock a boat. I told him as much, but he shrugged it off and went on his merry way. Come to think of it, did I see that dog of his not long ago, on the beach below, wandering about? I hope he didn't abandon him. You have been tremendously helpful. 1,000 thanks to you. Surely the canine in question is Daigoro. We must gather the others and search for Jim's beloved companion at once. Daigoro! Here, Daigoro! Oh, I think I see him over there. Huh? Maybe he doesn't like us anymore. Now, you've just got to give the pup the right incentive is all. Incentive? Surely it can't be that simple. See for yourself. Woof woof. Woof woof woof. So that's all it takes to win him over, eh? A single Koban? Greedy little thing. Hush, Shigure. Daigoro's a good boy, and now he will lead us to his master. Woof woof. This is quite a fix indeed. Daigoro, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to wait for me. Hildy! Jim, my good man. I mean, you rapscallion, you've nowhere to run. Cease your shenanigans and relinquish the Sobro Sukihiro at once. I will do no such things. Ever since I was bested by your tight-lipped associate over yonder, I yearned for an opportunity to redeem myself. And so, I thought to claim victory with the Ame no Murakumo in hand, but if circumstances demand we settle this here and now, then so be it. Stay your hand, my friend. Though I know you only mean well, securing the sword is a grave responsibility which falls to... I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will resolve this conflict and reclaim the sword. Prepare to be amazed as the Soboro Sukihiro is delivered into my waiting arms. Daigoro, oh Daigoro, come here and let Hilda give you a great big belly rub. Daigoro, you will do no such thing. What's it betrayed? The inspector does come from a wealthy family, so maybe he smells of money? Until you surrender the Soburo Sukihiro, I will give Daigoro the most furious of belly rubs, thereby depriving you of the pleasure. Such is my ultimatum. Daigoro! Daigoro, return to me this instant! Oh, Fiona, you win. The sword is yours. By the Kami, I can't believe that actually worked. Inspector Hildebrand's power of negotiation are most impressive. Mummy! Wait, where's the Soburo Sukihiro? Right where it belongs. You fiend! Return it at once. That's far enough, all of you. Bugger me, where did they come from? Bah, this isn't over. Shigure, what is this I hear about you setting free a notorious fugitive? Explain yourself at once. Well, you see, Inspector Hildebrand and I, in order to track down Yojimbo and the Soburo Sukihiro, we needed to enlist the assistance of the Wolf Burglar. To that end, we removed him from the gaol, temporarily of course. We have every intention of returning him to his cell. And how do you tend to do so when your prisoner has taken flight? Shigure, I charge you with aiding and abetting a criminal in their escape. Be reasonable. You know full well that everything Shigure did was to achieve a greater good, and to uphold the law of the land. We will return with the Soburo Sukihiro and the Wolf Burglar, I swear to you. Your actions in service to the Sekai Segumi are not unknown to me. Nevertheless, Shigure must be held to account for his. To make an exception at your request would only compound the offense. No man is above the law, not even our own. What a miscarriage of justice to see our Shigure spirited away like a common criminal in complete disregard for the extenuating circumstances. It falls to us to find a way to right this wrong, but this is no place to devise a plan. Tukukane, my friends. Oh, my good man, I hardly know where to begin. Ever since our return, I have been racking my brain trying to conceive of a means by which we might free Shigure from his predicament, but to no avail. By absconding with the sword, the wolf burglar has done us no favors, and yet I do not think his tale of the samurai and Akebono was a lie. My keen inspector sense tells me that the many threads of this tale are converging upon a single point not far from now, in which all truth shall be laid bare for all to see. Core, that's what I like to hear, and I agree, I don't think the wolf burglar's bad at all. Once the Sekai Segumi realize that, they're sure to let Shigure off the hook, don't you think? I most certainly do, Nashu. Furthermore, I say that to hasten this most desirous of resolutions, I must begin investigating Master Akebono at once. Hold the fort while I'm gone, my stalwart assistant. Yes, sir, Inspector. I don't know what he's about, but I'm sure it'll be brilliant. I suppose this day was bound to come. No matter, soon there will be nothing in this world beyond my grasp. Hildebrand will return in The Past is Never Past. Okay, I'm gonna try to cut it there. I'm kind of running out of quests to do. In all honesty. Well, I'm not running out of quests, but the quest lines that I have are getting longer, which means I'm getting to the good stuff. But I do have to go and try to get some sleep. And yeah, so this one I can do. I can actually continue on. I'm getting close to 79, which is pretty cool. I haven't been able to use this because every dungeon or thing that I've done recently, I did stuff a little bit out of order, which is fine, but Alright, I'm gonna do some research on some stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna call it good there. Stream for an extra 2.5 hours, so not as long as the other days, but that's okay.